So this is my presentation for the work I have done so far. To begin the project, I started by mind mapping. I already had some ideas about what I wanted to do, and one was creating a book on A to Z. You can see at the bottom I've come up with all sorts of ideas of like different sort of books I could produce. So there was one on like different animals, different birds, fears, phobias. I started with phobias, and I also talked about the stuff I wanted to do in the project. So like experimentation was one of my targets, and looking at all the different artists and art movements. This was an initial mind map, mind mapping different phobias. This was some initial research I did, so on the impact of phobias. So a lot of the time people just use the word phobia, like sort of overuse it, when actually a phobia is something that if you have it's diagnosed, it's like a debilitating illness, and it can produce panic attacks, nausea, vomiting, that sort of thing.
Would you mind?
This was some more research on phobias. I looked at Freud. He's one of the sort of big psychologists that everyone looks at. He did a project, or a research project, about a boy called Little Hans, who was afraid of a horse. And Freud, because he was obsessed with sex, came up with the idea that the boy was afraid of the horse because he compared it to his dad, and something to do with the horse having a large penis and him feeling jealous and wanting to be with his mum. Obviously, he confused like emotional need with a sexual need, which is this is a good quote. These are some other things I looked at to do with phobias. So why do people develop phobias? There can be like a number of reasons. So childhood trauma, psychological things. So if your family has a background of phobias, like brain damage, there are lots of things, and also other risk factors. So like certain people are more likely to have certain phobias. So if you're from like a low socioeconomic background, or if you're really young and shy, then you're more likely to have social phobias. And women and men. Women are a lot more likely to have arachnophobia as well. And this was my list of phobias. I started brainstorming ideas about how I could create imagery for it. So my idea was to create an A to Z book, I should say, on phobias. And so I listed all the chosen phobias from A to Z that I was going to use, and think about the illustrations that I could use. This was one of the exhibitions I went to at the Wellcome Gallery. It's loosely linked to phobias, so it's a lot. I just looked at it because it has some stuff to do with psychology and the mind and the conscious mind, which does use phobias. These were some sketches I did from pieces of works I liked. And this was an artist I found that he did quite dark imagery, and I liked it because he's talking about sort of fears or things, but he doesn't show the imagery in like quite a literal way. So like the image on the right is about the effects of chloroform. So when people started introducing chloroform, and that one's about the effects of syphilis. So syphilis was like a big sexually transmitted disease, and you can see the prostitute walking away, and then the diseased man behind is meant to be a symbol of syphilis. So I thought it was an interesting way, because sometimes it's hard to show fears without bringing in symbolism and things like that. It's quite hard to show you. And even some of the sketches I did about work and talking about the materials he used. And these are some more material experiments that I did, and one of the pieces that I liked. This one is quite well linked. It's the artist, she looks at phobias that children have, and she created like sort of textile, boat garments to represent their fears. So one's fear of airplane crash, the other one's fear of the dark, and I thought it was sort of a nice way of approaching it, because she was quite sensitive with their fears, and she made it into something fun and humorous. German Expressionism is something I looked at because it's got quite a dark theme, and it's a sort of style that I haven't really worked with that much in the past. I'm quite used to working in a very sort of linear fashion, and German Expressionism is a bit more sort of abstract, and they experiment a lot more with tone and using big shapes as well. This was one of the artists that I looked at. This was a material experiment that I did. Russophobia is a fear of wrinkles. I just did a quick line of that experiment. This was another woman orbits. She looks at lots of dark themes. She's a German expressionist artist, and she looks at lots of things to do with death and poverty, and also the suffering of women during the war. And I thought it was really nice to look at her work. And she also uses woodcuts, and she also uses lithography, which I looked up, but it's a very hard technique to use, so I can't actually use it, but I tried to mimic the sort of style that she used. This was another artist I looked at. I looked at his book. I actually have a copy of his book. It's called The Gashly Crumb Tinies, which is an A to Z of different ways for children to die, which is a very, very dark book, but it sold really well, and it sells well with adults and children's audiences. And it looks still quite modern today, but he started working in the 20s or 30s, I'm not sure. And this was some work I did in his style, looking at different phobias. So one was fear of nudity, and the other was fear of urine. This was an artist I found when I was at the House of Illustration at the Women's Comic Books exhibition. I liked her style because she approaches her work in an interesting way, because she uses charcoal and sort of very unusual materials to use for comics. Lots of them just use pen and ink, and I thought her style was interesting. And some experiments I did. I quite like the charcoal ones, it's quite dark, but I think that's when I started thinking that black and white would be a nice thing to work with. And this was some more sketches I did there. This was another artist, so I thought it'd be good to approach like a more sort of colourful, fun way of working. So I looked at the sort of quote thing, which is more like humorous, and started looking at that. So I did like fear of the sun, fear of forests, fear of fish. Although I didn't really like the style, I started coming up with sort of interesting composition ideas, so I sort of kept these two compositions using my final piece. These were some more monoprint experiments I did. I was trying to look at my competition, so other adult books which are like an A to Z, and this was one that exists. It uses a very graphic style. They use cutouts, and it's an A to Z of inspirational women in America. But yeah, it was interesting to look at theirs for inspirational layout, but they have a lot more text, so it's obviously quite different to mine. And I started looking at monoprints, or his work is monotype, so this is the style I decided to use for my final piece after I started doing so some my initial experiments. I tried to do it again at home, or I tried doing it again in college, but he made the ink dry up too quick, so I had problems with materials, and I had to go online and do lots of research about which materials would work best, and I had to get oil-based inks instead. This was some research I did on primary research I did on book layout, so some of them are books I have at home, and some were from like gallery shops, so at the House of Illustration and the Welcome Gallery shop and the V&A shop, they have lots of like sort of very nice books, and I asked if I could take pictures of them, and I took some for inspiration. And they're like different techniques, so here you use like gold foiling and stuff, and this is, you can't see it very well, but that's the more like traditional one, that's the more modern one, and things about like carrying the picture on the cover, so you can like some artists they'll carry just one picture from the front to the back cover, which I quite like. Here I was starting to do layout experiments for books. This is quite nearly the final one. So you will see my mock book as well that I did, so I had to create a mock book with the sort of final size that I'm going to use for the book, which is going to be A5. Because I'm getting it professionally printed, A5 is quite an easy one to work in, because not all companies let you do custom sizes, so an A5 is good size. These were I started looking at sort of Victorian style font, because I wanted a sort of traditional font to go against my imagery, and my imagery sort of quite abstract and not very linear. I sort of quite like to have a distinct font against it. So I'm also going to use Baskerville for the main writing, but for each page I'll use one letter, so without in the alphabet letter B and up. And this was the last artist I looked at, Sophie Lassois. She's a contemporary artist who works using the same technique that I chose to use. It was really nice to look at her work for inspiration, just to look at how she achieves like things like shadow and light, and how these are the materials I use to produce the final pieces. So you've got ink, the cloth, the paper, the roller, and the tape. If you have lots of money, you can use a big printing press and really fancy paper, but we don't have that. But you can still achieve quite a good result without doing that. And these were some of my final pieces. I've also got the work in my sketchbook, so we started doing graphic workshops there. And that was from last time when we did the poster. This was project planning, so some other things. I want to do a questionnaire when it comes to putting together my book, so talking about layout and colours. I want to bring in yellow as one of the colours, because there's a film of yellow as one of the pages, and I want to run that through the book, so I'm going to talk to my audience about how I'm going to do that. My audience is Generation Y, I'd say. So people who are interested in art and design as well. This was looking at different places I could get printed, like comparing the costs and how much I could sell them for, like the books. These are some sketches we did on the trip, and these are some experiments I did when I was having trouble with the material. This was using oil-based ink. These are some more experiments with layout and material. Yeah, small designs. That's pretty much it. Are there any questions?
Pretty much.
Have you got any questions for a project?
That's a whole book.
Have you read any books that
I
are
read
related to?
the Edward Gorey one, like for inspiration.
Okay, sorry, I've missed that part.
That's okay.
Okay. And because the project is fully complete. Have you got any questions, guys? The project is complete. So when do you think you're going to finish all this?
Well, I want to allow like 2 weeks before when I send it off. I think it should take a week. It's only for printing like really large things, but I'm not going to print more than 15,
Okay.
and so it should come in a week. But just to be sure, like in case I need to.
So it's going to take them a week to print your book.
Yeah, it'll be less, but it's just the sending. That's it.
So have you allowed time for this in case
Yeah.
there's delays or
Yeah.
things? Because sometimes you got delays of printers, because sometimes you could send your book at a period where they overload it.
Yeah.
Work. Okay, good. That's good. Any questions? No question, John?
Why me?
No. Have you got any questions? Have you got any questions?
That's fully in depth, no?
No, that was in depth. Yeah.
No
Well
question.
done. Good luck. Who is next? Good luck with your project, Emmy.